All right, guys, I am back, and this is episode 2, or week 1, episode 2. So today we're not going to make these parts of it, but I just thought I would show you kind of where I'm going with it in the future, because I think I said in video 1 we usually do the ephemera in September. So yeah, this is just a little notebook that I made with the scrap papers that we had. Okay. And so what we're going to be making in this video is just this easy little flip with journaling here. It'll go on as a pocket here, and then the little notepad will sit there and hold the pocket closed once we get everything like glued down. So what you need is cardstock or equivalent, whatever you want to use. And I did write down my measurements here. These aren't going to make sense right this second. They will in a minute. So yeah, let's just get started. Let's see. So cardstock, we're going to cut it directly in half the long ways. So like 4 1/4. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Close. And see, it's always off a little bit. I never know exactly what half is. So I have 2 that just are a tiny bit taller, and 2 that are a little bit shorter, but that's okay. All right, so then we're gonna score these at 1, 4, 7, and 10. Okay, so 1, 4, 7, and 10. Okay, set that one aside. We'll get the next one up here. So 1, 4, 7, and 10. And then the last one here, 1, 4, 7, and 10. Okay, set that aside, and then we're done with the scoreboard for now. Well, for this video anyways. Okay, so then before we burnish them, I'm gonna kind of lightly pull the 2 end pieces together. And then I'm gonna take my 1-inch punch and snip like that. Oops. Snip again. And then okay, so then what we need to do is I'm just going to ink these edges here. Ink, ink, ink. And I think I didn't mean to do them this dark, but it's okay. They're going to be kind of a mix, I think, between vintage photo and why can I not remember the name of this thing the last few videos? Walnut stain. All right, so you want to burnish the ends in at your 1-inch marks here, okay? Okay, then I'm going to bring this one in, and I'm going to burnish it down. Okay, I'm open that back up. And then we will burnish this down. like so. All right, now this middle piece, I'm using up scraps, so this is probably a good place for you to pull your scraps in. Okay, so they're 2 3/4 inches wide by a hair over 4 inches, and we may need to trim them down. Okay, so I cut 3 of those, and then these pieces here, I believe, are the same, and I did pre-cut those. Like I said, I'm kind of using up stuff. You have 2 3/4 by 4, just over 4, close to 4.5. So again, we may need to trim some of them down, which is fine. Like, it's really no big deal, because by the time we get everything loaded, you're not even going to notice those portions of them. Okay, so and then let me burnish these down really quick, and I hope by the time I record yesterday's video, because you'll be seeing this on Wednesday, I'm hoping that I will have rewatched that video, because I realize now that I left you hanging on a beetle story, and I cannot remember what I was saying about it. I don't know. So yeah, before I say any more, I'm gonna just kind of leave it. And then I have to tell you that there's a reason I'm wearing my sweatshirt. Not only is it chilly in the house for me, but today I'm recording this on Sunday, July 30th. And those of you that have been with me for a long time know that my grandpa and I were born one day and 50 years apart. And so, yeah, he was very special to me. We celebrated a lot of birthdays together. And this flannel belonged to him. And so I know I've talked in the past on videos about what to do with it, because it's getting holey and ratty and you know, just getting broken. Anyways, I don't have the heart yet to make it into a pillow. Yeah, so anyways, I miss that guy a whole lot. He was my Leo buddy. And my mom also is a Leo as well, so, you know, there's lots of us running around. A lot of Libra and Virgo babies, too, in our family. So anyways, that said, so that's why the next few videos you will probably see me wearing it. It's because I usually do, if I can't wear it during the day because it's sweltering hot out, I will at least wear it as pajamas tonight when I go to bed. So yeah, that's why you're seeing it. Anywho, yeah, let's see. So we're just gluing down these ends. Oh, and I do have an update, but it's not even like a DD update. It is a Scotch Lost Their Mind update. And I will tell you in just a minute. And I don't mean Scottish like Scotland. I mean like Scotch like 3M company. They lost their ever-loving mind, and we're gonna test out to see how much they've lost their mind. Because I have a funny to tell you, but let me, I want to introduce it to you at the same time that we are using it. So anyways, yeah, I'm not a happy camper, but yeah, like I said, we'll just see how much they've lost their ever-loving mind. Okay, and I'm gonna wait till the end after we're done gluing to do anything. So, okay, so this is what Scotch lost their ever-loving mind. Okay, so this is Scotch Create. This is the glue stick that I've used for years. You find it in the craft section, or you order it off Amazon. Well, I reordered. The title basically said Scotch Create, and they sent me this. And I'm like, no. So I told them, nope, that's the wrong glue. Send me the right stuff. Well, in the meantime, I'm taking care of all that. My beautiful friend Dawn sent me another stick for my birthday. So, and when I opened it up, wouldn't you know, it's this. So, I think Scotch has lost their ever-loving mind because it's one of their best-selling products. But let's just test it out and see how much they've lost their mind, if they have at all, okay? And when I do a product review like this, I'm gonna give you the absolute truth. I'm not gonna sucker you into anything. And if I don't think it's a good product, I'm gonna tell you. All right, so that said, let's just keep gluing. And I'm only gonna put one on the front, like the front pieces here of our decorative paper. And again, this is Amy's kit. Oh, another update is in probably next weekend, I found a different shop for Angel Fussy Cuts. And before I purchased it this time, I talked to the owner and I said, look, this is what I'm doing. More than likely you will have a couple of sales. When I list it in the description box, are you okay with the use of this in this manner? And she was like, yep, absolutely no problem. She was very sweet to deal with. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a no fuss, no muss type of thing. So I will introduce that on next Sunday's video. I'll do a little update, very much like you saw this last Sunday. I think I mean, it's kind of bowing the paper like the other stuff. It doesn't seem as sticky as far as like stringy as the older stuff. Who knows? Maybe it'll knock my socks off and then I'll be glad they kind of changed the formula. I mean, I doubt it, but we'll see. Oh, there's strings. See, I see that? And there's some strings. Anyway. Yeah, so and I'm gonna do all the inking at the very end. Especially because I don't know how this glue is going to react. So the other one I knew kind of like you get kind of at the point where you know where you can and can't. Like when you can and can't glue or bend the papers or whatever, right? This I have absolutely no idea. So I'm going to set that one aside while it's drying. It does seem to warp the paper a little bit more. So maybe it does have a little bit more wetness. Is that the word I'm looking for? Maybe. It's possible. Holy cow. I will say one thing I did notice is I have a little bit more time to kind of move and position if I need to with it. So that's not always a bad thing, right? Because the other stuff is almost instantaneous unless you like pull it all the way up or pull it back like we did in Monday's video. So, I mean, that's... And Friday's pocket is very much a kind of joining a couple of ideas together. And you know what? When I was making it, it kind of felt familiar. So we may, over the course of the last 4 years, made something similar, or I may have seen it somewhere. Not really sure, but you know, it doesn't really matter. Like unless you like, if you guys have seen another creator do these pockets, and I either haven't seen them or I have forgotten where I saw it, but you know where I saw it, please put it in the description box, because I try my hardest to remember to give everybody credit where credit's due, you know. Okay. All right, one more and then we'll ink them and then we will be complete. I think in my head I already like completed it. Even though there was one more left. All right. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not happy with it because they changed the packaging, which isn't a valid reason not to like a product, right? Because I'm like most people where change just kind of irritates me. You know? But in the end, if it ends up working better, you know, who am I to say they can't change their packaging, right? Absolutely nobody. And you would be right. You would be right on that score. Can't tell a multi-billion-dollar company how to not to change their stuff, right? Like I said, so far, I mean, it glides on just like it normally would. I think the true test is really actually going to not be right now. It's probably going to be in a couple of days once it's fully dry. What I don't like about Uhu, and I don't know, and honestly guys, I have no idea if this is true for everybody. It's true for me. That's why I don't usually use it. Is that mine, when I use the Uhu, and again, it could be operator error, it does not, like a couple days later, it kind of like cracks and dries, and then it kind of falls off what I've glued it to, if that makes any sense. Again, it could be my climate, it could be my state, it could be environmental. I mean, it could be just about anything, but that's why I don't use Uhu. And that's why, honestly, I don't use Mod Podge a ton, because Mod Podge ultimately would be better in a lot of ways than some of the other mediums that I use, or glues, but it gets sticky, and I don't know why exactly it gets so sticky here, but I'm not the only person who is in Colorado who is thought that Mod Podge just stays sticky, and I've tried the baby powder and the talcum powder and stuff like that, but for me it never really got any better, and it just made it kind of mucky. All right, let's ink these bad boys really quick. Oh my gosh, they are so cute, and they really can go either way as far as their folding up, so there's not any specific. I left enough room on each of it. You know what'll be super cute too? Is if you, I'm gonna shut up because maybe we'll use that as a pocket for like next week. Sorry guys. Yeah, I actually think I kind of like that idea of that being a pocket, like the idea I just had in my head. Because I think we could do a whole lot of possibilities with it. I think that's it, inking for that one, right? Yes, sorry, I got a little, since I'm not inking the back, I think that's part of what was throwing me off. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty anxious today about the start of the new week. I don't know why. Go figure, right? I will say though, I guess I am a little bummed that they changed it, because my biggest fear is that they're never going to have another product that works as good for us as this one does. So I'm going to test it here in a second because I already saw one corner that looks like it's pulling up a little bit, but I will preface it by saying I may not have gotten enough glue down on that corner. So seems pretty stuck. See, that was the one I saw, and it doesn't feel very sticky, so I'll give him that and just throw a little bit of glue on there now so it doesn't, because I store all of the challenge pieces in a basket clipped together, and then I store them in order, so in case I have to go back. Oh, that one, but that could have been me pulling too. So we'll see. I mean, sorry, trying to figure out which way the writing went. I think it's that way. I mean, there's an M, so that seems valid. Okay. All right, guys, here is our 3 and 15. And then my fourth one, obviously, for the prototype. So there we have it. All right, guys, I will just see you in the next video. Bye.